Elena Hartley had learned early that the world did not care about the softness of a girl's heart, and at 18 she found herself standing in the dusty yard of her father's failing homestead, the Wyoming wind tugging at her sun-worn dress as if trying to pull her away from the moment she dreaded most, her father swaying slightly from the liquor that ruled him more faithfully than any sense of responsibility ever had, yelling at a traveling trader who stood with a burlap sack of flour slung over his shoulder, the trader's greedy, calculating eyes flicking over Elena as though she were nothing more than a tool, an object, a thing to be bartered, and she watched in numb disbelief as her father, whose hands once carried her on his shoulders when she was small, now gestured toward her with a dismissive flick, saying, "She'll do, won't she? Strong enough. Doesn't eat much," and those words sliced through her chest like a blade because they confirmed what she had always feared, that in his eyes she was not a daughter, not blood, not human, but simply a possession to trade for survival. And the trader smirked, gripping her arm with fingers so rough they left instant bruises, saying, "Deal," while her father reached desperately for the flour like it was salvation. And Elena stood frozen, breath shallow, spirit shaking, unable even to cry as she felt her future closing around her like a trap. But before the trader could drag her away, before her father could stumble back inside to celebrate the bitter reward of his cruelty, the thunderous sound of galloping hooves shattered the air and a towering chestnut stallion barreled into view, its rider sitting tall and steady as the earth itself. And both men turned as Rancher Cole Maddox pulled his horse to an abrupt, commanding stop, dust swirling around him like the aura of a man carved from storms and silence, his sharp eyes catching the trader's grip on Elena, with a flash of recognition and anger. And when he spoke his voice was calm but carved from iron. "Let the girl go," yet the trader tightened his hold, scoffing, "She's been traded fair." But Cole did not flinch, did not look away, simply tossed a pouch of coins at the trader's feet, the silver clinking like judgment, and said, "Then consider this a better deal. Now let her go." And the trader, driven by greed rather than pride, snatched the pouch and released Elena with a shove, sending her stumbling backward until Cole swung down from his horse and caught her by the arms, steadying her with a touch so gentle it shocked her senses, his voice lowering as he said, "You're safe now." Though she could not yet believe safety was something meant for her, and without spare words he guided her toward his horse, lifting her onto it as if she weighed nothing, climbing up behind her and taking the reins while she sat rigid with confusion, shame, and something she had not felt in years, hope, before. Cole nudged the horse into motion and carried her away from the only home she had ever known, its broken boards shrinking behind her as though the past itself were finally releasing its grip.